5 hard lessons to integrate during a spiritual awakening. Lesson 1. Reconnection. The realization that we are connected to everything and everyone, that we are one, that we are all streams of consciousness flowing from and back to the same source of God consciousness. We now see that separation is the illusion of our 3D reality, and our human identities are brought into question. It is connection that we fear most, love that we fear, because we have conditioned our human minds to associate love with pain, without knowing that love is what sets us free, what liberates, and what is known wholly in the heart, to be a part of and connected to something much bigger than we are. We stumble upon a journey to find our way home, back to each other, back to love, back to our truth, but it is a scary truth, a truth that the human mind has to accept and integrate through a process known as an ego death, awakening, where all that you are will be stripped away. This can cause immense pain, confusion, and loneliness, especially if you lose the people, things, and dreams you once held so dear as part of the awakening process. This can cause you to run, avoid, or close down. The human brain is built for survival, and the impulses to flee have been programmed. But allow yourself to wake up to this call and take the first step among many onto the journey from separateness to oneness, the journey that is both challenging and painful, and yet trust yourself in your inner calling to break open your heart to love, to your spiritual brothers and sisters. You will learn that to harm or cause any form of suffering towards any of your spiritual brothers or sisters or another form of life consciousness is to harm yourself, so you must reconnect with your heart, to open to love, to remember who you are. Lesson 2. Discernment. Your body is a sacred temple for all the wisdom you will ever need. Within every biological cell is woven the fabric of your spiritual DNA. Everything that you are, have been, will become, or you will ever need has already been deeply embedded within you. By realigning your energy centers, tuning into and understanding the language of your body through sensations and emotions, you will be guided from the higher realms. This is not a form of intelligence. This is wisdom. This guidance speaks only to you. It is the truth of your soul, and it speaks with clarity and precision, free from confusion. It is your inner knowing. It is your discernment to cut through the chaos of the mind, to know with absolute certainty, and to stand firm in your knowing. The mind is chaos, it chatters, it's wild, it will get in the way, it causes distortion and confusion. In the mind you battle your fears, your conditions, your programs. Your subconscious will fight you. You must learn to rest your mind, practice being in peace, calm, silence. You must build a relationship with your emotions and not reject them, for they are carriers of your personal truth. You must build a strong physical vessel to restore health and balance within your emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies, so they can help you see straight on your journey. Lesson 3. Surrender. There is immense power in letting go, releasing the attachment to desired outcomes. You will release control. You will release limitation and restrictions that will hold you back. The wisdom is knowing that there are many forces at work and out of your control. There are many ways you can receive what you desire. Surrender and rest in knowing that what you want will find its way. This allows the flow of life to bring to you what is meant for you. The universe is vast and abundant, and it is your right, your calling, to bring into existence anything that your soul desires. Surrender to the need to have it your way. Surrender the need to suffer until you receive. Surrender the idea that there is only one way. Surrender the fear of being without. Holding on is an anchor. It will stagnate your energy and you will grow weary. You will remain stuck in time and space, in limits and hindrance. Your evolution will suffer as a consequence. Your movement will halt. The true power of surrender is to trust, to let go, to open up to the ebbs and flows, to the effortless flow of life, a life that is limitless and ever-changing. It brings with it a sense of calm, freedom. It brings peace. Lesson 4. Your fears. This can be an extremely difficult lesson because it requires facing your fears dead in the face and bringing love into them. And this requires courage and strength. Many of us run at the sight of fear, but fear is not a thing, it is a force, an opposing opposite to love. Fear is an illusion created by the mind, a projection of the worst things imaginable being imprinted onto your realities. Fear is an absence of light itself, a darkness, creating a deep disconnection to your truth and feeding off your lonely cowardliness. When fear is alive within you, it drains your life force energy, shrinking your spirits and diminishing your light and love, confining you into spaces of nothingness. Fear requires energy to fuel it, and the more energy you feed into the fear, the stronger the fear becomes. But by removing your energy from the fear and allowing light and love to enter, the fear will dissolve and diminish and cease to exist. It is essential for the awakening soul to know of this force and to integrate the truth of fear into your being, so to know how to handle it at crossings and to truly expand your soul. Love is the answer and the greater force of the two. Have the bravery to stare it in the face and not run. Lesson 5. Your shadow. Your shadow is the hidden parts of you, the parts that you don't like to see, the parts you have abandoned, disregarded, and rejected. But they are all parts of you that still exist. It's just now they live in your shadow as an outcast. You cannot abandon parts of you, parts of your being, your soul. It is not possible. So what happens is you fragment your spirit and turn away because of shame, because of fear, because of not being accepted and loved as you are, for who you are, so you are ashamed. Shame is the lowest vibration, it is the densest of energies, and it resides next to fear. So your spirit weakens as a result of you holding on to these parts of yourself in the shadow. You have to face your shadow, just like you face your fears. You need to integrate all parts of your soul, including the parts you have rejected, for you to feel whole. You have to accept these parts back into the light and embrace all parts of yourself with love and respect. There is no good or bad. That is a projection of the human mind. There is only duality. You can find your shadow in the reflection of others, where we might judge or become emotionally charged by another. There are links there, and you're being asked to see. Shadow work is important and necessary work for soul evolution. Thank you and goodbye.